I personally have a lot of rules in my trading. I've already went over a couple of them. Most of them are just ingrained in my head. I know I'm just like walking, talking, eating, and sleeping. I don't even have to think about them. But I'll go over quick, a couple of my top rules again real quick. I like to trade the best setups out there, setups that I know I'm going to be profitable on 80 to 90% of the time. And I like to use size with those setups. I ask a question. If you see a setup and you say, hey, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to make money on this setup, why would you not want to put big money behind that trade? Why would you not want to? I think the risk reward is definitely on your side there. I think, for me personally, the big money's in the big wins. I'm not going to get rich scalping. It's just not for me. And I certainly know I'm not going to lose money on boredom trades because I just don't play them. If the setup's not there, I sit on my hands. If not, I'll just leave for the day. I never feel forced to trade. Second, never, ever add to losing trades. There's a reason the trade is going against you. You're wrong. It's all there is to say. You need to exit that trade and look for a re-entry. And don't ever say to yourself, it can't go higher. It can't go higher or it can't go lower. For anybody that says it can't go higher, put a chart of drives next to your computer from last November. For anybody that says it can't go lower, put a chart of drives next to your computer from November 15th to a few weeks ago. It's down 99.99%. There's a prominent hedge fund manager out there a few years ago that was bullish on Valiant. He was bullish in the 200s, bullish at 180, bullish at 150, bullish at 100, bullish at 80, 60, 40, 20. I think he finally sold at $10 or $15. Why? It's just stubbornness. That's all it is to it. It's just stubbornness, in my opinion. Third, take profits on winning trades. I always scale out of positions. Let's say I'm short 50,000 shares of a position and it's reached maybe 70% of my target. I like to take at least a third off right there. Always lock some in. Falls another 10, 15, 20 cents, take another 10, 15,000 shares off, whatever it is. Don't ever try to be so stubborn to try to pick the exact tops or bottoms. Another one is always trade with a free and clear mind. I've noticed that if I don't sleep well, maybe had a traumatic event in your family, whatever it is, it's just best not to trade. And don't ever trade if you feel obligated or forced to make money. If you had a big loss last week, don't ever revenge trade. You really have to have a free and clear mind to trade in the markets. The biggest one of all, and lastly, is cut losses, cut losses, cut losses. I think as traders, if we can create a good list of rules with strict stop loss management, I think at the end of the day we can become more profitable traders.